Hey guys, this is me right now. Instead of me doing what I call audios, I said, I got this great video and I got great YouTube client, cloud. I can make videos in real life and I can talk. And this is going to just go to my pastime Tyrone from the Full channel. But this is my other channel called the Kevin Samuels channel for what I call the Kevin Samuels channel. I'm using a handheld right now. I don't have my rack, so this will be a little shaky. But the Kevin Samuels is his own great channel that has over, looking at his views, about maybe 1.9 billion. Maybe let's see what we got here. I made a copy channel of him since a lot of people have done as well. And I said, wow, I love this guy. Let me let me just tell you and say why I love him. Because there's so many black women that when they have saw him, they were angry. He has 1.8 million subscribers. He has been off verified. He's got the wonderful check mark next to his name. That's the highest you can ever have. You can see I'm not subscribed to him. I'm going to subscribe my new channel to him. I got a new channel I'm making right now, but this is his channel, and he passed away back in 2021. But he still has impacted so many people. In his videos, which are right here, his many videos, his shorts, and then his lives. He didn't do a lot of shorts because of the fact that shorts just came out a couple of years ago. So now that we all are doing shorts like it's nobody's business, 3 years ago shorts were just not really that big, and but now we can make a short out of anything. I can get a 5-hour video and I can make a 10-minute short out of anything. But what's great about it is that he was a guy who was in his mid 40s. He got on YouTube in his mid 40s, like us, and he started talking about truths about black people. And he had the blessing of being tall, good looking. Unfortunately, he wasn't healthy in his heart. He had heart problems, and he died at age 52 of a cardiac arrest, which is a tragic way to die. And that's why I pray for all of us guys. All of us are getting older, and we all are going to die. And the question is, how do we die? I don't want to look bad. I don't want to look good and die young. I don't want to be a great corpse. I want to be an old, long corpse, an old man who lived a long life, gray hair, wrinkles, and have a lot of stories like my grandfather. Hallelujah. But what he did, what was so amazing, was these lives. And these lives that he did transformed, in my opinion, it's now got 1,000 videos. When I was on here last time, it said 800 videos. It's now 1,000. So the great thing about it is that it's changed, and there are more videos that his backup people are making because there's millions of dollars being driven by this. Let's be clear. As I watch this video, as you watch this video, millions of dollars are going to his family's estate, regardless of what black folks say about him, regardless of what black women say about him, regardless of what black men say about him, white men, my white women, it doesn't matter. In the area of relationships between black men and black women, he changed the game. He made top-notch quality videos that are to this day above and beyond the call, that are standards that are so high that is biblical, literally. He covered every type of mindsets that was in the intellectual, educated black sphere. So we talking college degree. We ain't talking high school kids. We ain't talking, kids that ain't go to school. We're talking grown-ups, okay? So this is not for any baby, okay? But if you are a man, if you are a woman, and you want to be a grandfather one day, you want to be a grandmother, you want to have children, you want to be able to be a leader and not make the mistakes that a lot of us made because our parents failed us, I would encourage you to listen to this brother, okay? Now that I know that we have the advent of using YouTube and Facebook, and I can upload this to the cloud instantly via YouTube Studio, instead of me just making quote unquote audio blogs, which I've been doing for the past 24 years, I wanted to make videos of videos. So what I was doing was I made a channel, copying this channel as I continue today to watch many of these videos that he put together. And he deserves the millions of dollars, the $4 million that he made in his lifetime, and the millions of dollars that are being made after he's gone, with us watching his stuff. He is immortal now. Shout out to Oklahoma University, my beloved Sooners. Shout out to Oklahoma City, a place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, place I've lived in, both. And I just want to say I'm blown away because as an Oklahoman, there ain't nothing in Oklahoma. If you listen to most folks, they go, what's in Oklahoma? Tragedy. right? Oklahoma's known for a race riot, right? 1921, where we lost, right? Where white people bombed us and destroyed our little town called Greenwood, Archer, and Pinewood, right? And to this day, they're still fighting 100-something years ago over that, right? So it's not really like we've come that far. And that's, and with that mindset, it's a little, we're talking about relationships, how far we come in relationships. So what he decided to take on was the argument of, women, single mothers, why are women angry today? Queens of average. Is this better than dying alone? That classic one right there. Is this better than dying alone? Great video. Modern women are overqualified for marriage. Overqualified. He made some statements that women got mad. Later bloomers are better. Biggest reason modern women aren't married. Okay. Do modern women want to submit to men? Oh, ladies twerking classy. Do modern women deserve high value men? Now he was very smart. He used the word modern woman. He took the black out, but the picture shows a black woman, and everyone knows that when you watch the video, he's talking about black women. He is very cognizant of it. He is not afraid. Even white women come on the show and they sit back and they talk about or want to jump in. There's a lot of white women that are getting the BBLs. There's a lot of white women that are getting the quote unquote surgeries, and they are looking better than black sisters. Okay, so with that being said, man, you got a battle, right? You got a battle where you're sitting there going, okay, what am I gonna do? And the answer is, well, I don't know. Again, for those over 50, it's too late. For those under 50, it might not be. If you listen and read and watch these videos and have some serious heart workout in your own soul, you might can fix your life. A lot of black sisters will never be as famous as some of our stars, like Mrs. Tracy Ellen Ross right there. Okay, mixed from Diana Ross and a white man. Okay, now if you know who Diana Ross was a supreme. She had many black men that disrespected her and treated her like crap. From Detroit, where she was raised. She was not a very pretty girl. You look at her as a youth, before the hair extensions, before the lightening of the skin, girlfriend was like an average 3 or 4 out of 10. Well, she met a white man. The white man loved her, took her to England. She lives in England, and she has a mixed child. Tracy Ellen Ross is tall because her daddy was tall. But what did Tracy Ellen Ross get? Well, she got the white, called mutation, aka non-melanin. And as us blacks, we fall in love with that, right? We want that. Us blacks are so excited because we want to have a light-skinned girl. We don't see them at 60 when they're wrinkled up and looking like crap. We don't see the consequence of the lack of melanin, and that's called melanin magic. Shout out to melanin. We don't see the consequences of that. We don't see how God gave us that. We don't even know who we are. And because of the hatred that has been done to us, we go and we look for outside of our race. And then, of course, after 20 years of marriage and kids, we didn't see the consequences when the girls grow up and they look like this. They're mixed with the white and black, and they're obese. Why they're obese? Because they're looking at eating. They ate because they weren't happy. They weren't happy. And, of course, that made them get fat. Now they're fat. They can't find a good man. You see, the consequences hit hard. And when we really hit these really hard truths that people don't want to hear, it's a slap. And, again, the answer is not going to be going after outside of race. It's not going to be dating outside of our race. It's going to be fighting with these women out here that are black. And for those that are willing to fight for their relationship lives, I salute. For those that are not, I feel sorry, So there's an example. This is a beautiful one right here. This one came out 3 years ago. She's amazing. Why can't she keep a man? Excellent video. Another one is weight keeping you single. Yes, for a lot of black women it is. He was very honest with his videos. I'm looking at these. Look at them, 440,000, right? Let's get a zoom. Let it zoom in. Okay, let's get it. 440,000, 175,000, 56,000, 78,000. That's 1.4 million views on this one. Shout out to this one. Women that high value men avoid. Are you one of them? 1.4 million women and people watch this. So again, he made good statements, and what he did was he had people come in, do Q&A, And he would literally, because his mind is the key that made him very successful. As I get to zoom in, his mind is what made him successful. Let me give you an example of a situation right here. 44-year-old woman who is a black sister. She's 5'9". She's about 220 pounds. You see her at the top left-hand corner. She is having a conversation with Kevin Samuels. As I put this on mute, I will let it play. And what Kevin Samuels did, which I don't know what, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button, excuse me, hit the back. What Kevin Samuels did, which was so interesting, was he lets you come in on a show. And as I over here, you can see the actual words at the very bottom there so you can read it. And she's like, well, black men don't make me happy. I don't need happiness. Happiness isn't me, yada, yada, yada. She gave out all the talking points about love and happiness, of course. All right, so now she's 44 years old. She says, well, I come from a married home. My parents been married 65 years. Me and my brother, we were raised in a really nice home. Problem is, but neither one of them are married. Brother has a kid out of wedlock, so it's obvious that he ain't getting married. He didn't learn from his parents of 65 years of marital bliss. And she could not find a man. And she says, well, the issue is I have high standards. The real issue that she had is the waistline and that stomach and that face, that fat. That's the issue. She didn't want to be willing to say that. And Kevin Samuels said, that's delusional. You are delusional. You are delusional. So listen to what he says, and let's see how it hits.
Today, where does that 30% go? You said to zero.
Well, I'm basing it on the information that I've read, where they said that of all the population of women, black women are the least likely to be selected.
Okay, we're talking specifically about you. I'm talking about not all the statistics, but do you have ambitious non-black men approaching you for serious relationship?
No.
Could you repeat that?
Did you see that? Did you see the body? Guys, and this is a very good, powerful point. She heard the statement, the question, but then when the answer was she couldn't give, her body language gave a tell. She touched her face. These are all what we call body language tells that when a person is either A, being deceptive, B, lying, or both, or C, both. And again, this is a normal habit for all of us. A lot of us aren't really faced with truths that, hey, we're fat, we're overweight, we're out of shape, nobody wants us. A lot of us aren't faced with it. A lot of us don't even want to look at ourselves in the mirror because we don't like how we look. A lot of us don't care. A lot of us will walk around and we'll be nappy head, unclean, unkept. I know I've been that way. And I would live in my own little bubble, and I would not expect to talk to nobody else. I would live through my computer because that's the world that I can get out and I can, as long as I got a laptop, but that's not real life. That ain't real life. And on this Sunday morning, as I'm making this blog, it just hits hard because there's so many sisters that I know that would go outside last night, try to get a man, go to the clubs, try to find a man, go home, get a man. Man is a horrible man, but they don't want to be alone. Right, so they go and they do anything, not to wake up in a bed by themselves. But the reality is that if they, and I hate to say this, and this is for some of us, not all. Some of us have a predisposition to overeating. Deal with that. Or if it's drugs, deal with that. Or if it's smoking, deal with that. Whatever your predisposition is, you got to face that thing. And it takes it takes faith. It takes religion. It takes faith in religion, in God. And none of this faith in myself crap. You know.
Relationship.
You pause. Look at the pause. Look at the pause.
I really don't know.
How can she not know?
I don't know.
She says she don't know.
I guess the question I'm asking is, do you think black men?
This guy was so good, and this is what makes him so great. He would ask a direct question. And he could easily just quip off and just destroy her. Like, are you serious? I do that all the time. It's one of my weaknesses. Like, if I ask a question to somebody and I know that they know that I was speaking clearly, I was enunciating correctly, I was pronouncing my words, and it was a direct question to them. Instead of, doing what Kevin's doing, rephrasing the question, re-rephrasing, I would just shut him down. Why? Because in one reason, Kevin Samuels knew straight up that, wait a minute, this young lady was asking, was saying she didn't know, and the reality is she didn't know. She knew, she knew, she knew exactly what was going on. And the tragic part about it is that even as she knew, and this hurts my heart, ministers out there, Christian pastors, people like me, we know these truths, but we rather keep you in the church and let you die a effed up life and die a horrible death instead of getting out there to that gym and paying the price and burning that calorie so we can get money to run the church versus your body. Now let's talk about it. Souls, spirit, body. Soul, spirit, body. We all understand that we're spirit, right? We live in a body. We have a soul, our mind, will, our emotions. If those of us that are Christian, born again, been taught that, we know. The bottom line is our body still is important. It's a temple of the Holy Spirit. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2 says, I beseech you therefore by the mercies of God that you present your physical body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's what we're doing right now in this blog, renewing your mind, changing your mind, that you may be able to prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. But the reality is that whole scripture, I'm applying it to this, weight and obesity, marriage, because she could be gorgeous. And I did something that hit me hard. I did an AI photo. It's an AI program. It takes a picture like her and it puts it into an AI algorithm, and it will show you what her face would look like if she lost 70 pounds, 80 pounds, 90 pounds. She'll be a whole different person. Sexually, she'll be astounding. Sex, babies, if she hasn't destroyed her ovaries and destroyed her physical internal body, she would get so many men wanting to make children with her. Tall, model-esque, 5'9", which is the average height of a male, and you're the elite height of a female. You're the model height of a black woman, and you look good. And then here's the problem. This is the real problem: changing the mind. After you've been fat this long and you have learned and looked, and you're like us, you don't look at yourself in a video. You don't do videos of us, right? Because you don't want nobody to see how you look, right? Because we know you want to hide behind the videos. But the truth of the matter is, real talk, if you are actually really transforming yourself, you got to be willing, and I'm waking up this morning, forgive me, I got out the bed. You got to be willing to say, okay, I need to see me. I got to look at me. In essence, you got to become vain. To be able to keep the weight off in your life, you must become vain. You must become like Kevin Samuels. You must become a person that is like, listen, I want to look good, dress good, smell good, feel good. But it's selfish. That is called but it's selfish in a good way, not a bad way.
A man who's at your desired level would accept you. But would a white man, Hispanic man, Middle Eastern, Asian man, at the same level of that black man, would he accept you? Would any one of them accept you?
No, that's fast. Should be quick. She goes,
I don't.
Look at it. So look away. Did you see it look away?
Not at the same level. I don't think so.
Whose level is the lowest?
Pardon?
And I want to get y'all men and women understanding of yourselves, because y'all don't watch yourselves a video, and I hope y'all start doing this as a vlogger. I hope you start videotaping yourself, making your own blog, doing your own videos. Kevin Samuels did it for him, and he's going to glory, but he's going to be remembered forever. I'm doing it for me, God willing, and I hope you do it for yourself. And I hope you find people that's going to charge you up. That's what we call it, charge you up, meaning question you, Socratic method you. What we got is basically called the Socratic method. And he rephrased it and asked it 4 different ways about selection, sexual marketplace value, selection. And he asked, what race of people is going to accept you? In order to get you all the way around, they'll say, black men are the only ones you got. If you don't come with us, you're going to die alone. And she didn't understand. She did not understand, which is a tragedy, because millions of women are the same way.
Which race of men's level would be at the lowest?
Asian.
You think an Asian man would accept you before a black man?
No. I thought you said the other way around.
No. Whose level is at the lowest? Meaning, who would be most likely to accept and least likely to accept?
Most, Hispanic, probably.
Hispanic men were more likely to
She said
accept you
Hispanic
than black
people,
men.
and you don't even speak Spanish. Habla español. Poquito.
No.
See? You can't be the Hispanic man, you don't speak Spanish.
In general, the culture is very family-centric.
Exactly.
And women get to be around your age with no children. The
They are
family,
not
the
selected.
generation. See, what I'm
Exactly.
trying to do is I'm trying to have a conversation that
Yes,
everybody can use.
you are.
And you came in saying some things that, hey, happiness is not on the man. And it sounds good.
It does.
But I know what women are going to say. Okay, well, what are your relationships? And you don't have any relationships, really. And then that's fine. Life happens. But then you start talking about you would like to be in a marriage. And then you said the reason I'm not married is because of my standards. And ma'am, your standards are astronomical compared to your sexual marketplace value.
I'm not gonna give you the rest of this hour and 22 minutes. You got to come down and find that yourself. But go online, come up to the channel, the name of the channel, because he got so many videos on his personal channel. So if you come to just search and title the channel is title of the video is called Kevin Samuels hyphen 44-year-old BW, black woman, does not want to settle for a marriage, even as a low valued woman. Now I put that extra part in there because he didn't do all that. They're not calling her out. She's a low value woman. There's a lot of low value men. We're low value, average value. A lot of us are low value and are average value. And we can't sit back and lie and act like, well, we are just, off the chain. Man, please. If we were off the chain, we'd be married and we'd have 4 kids, and our kids be grown, going to high school, going to college right now. I got friends right now whose kids are graduating from high school with 5.0 GPAs. Their kids right now getting ready to go to college. I said they're going to college. That's the way it's supposed to be. Not for me, not for many of you. And it won't be if you don't help your next generation, because it may be too late for you, but it don't have to be too late for them. It's Pastor Tyrone from the Fold. Like, comment, and subscribe. Study to show thyself approved. 2 Timothy 2:15 on your life, in every area of your life, even in the area of relationships with your opposite sex.